In the highlands of Scotland, long ago, people spoke of a strange and dangerous creature. They called it the Kelpie. By day, the Kelpie often looked like a beautiful black horse. It stood quietly by the edge of the loch, its mane shining as if all was wet. To a traveler or a child, it seemed gentle, even friendly. But this was only a trick. If anyone tried to climb on its back, they would find they could not let go. The Kelpie's skin was like glue. No matter how hard they pulled, they were stuck. Then, with a wild cry, the horse would race into the water, charging into the deep loch, pulling its rider down into the dark, never to return. But the Kelpie could also change its shape. Sometimes it became a handsome man, his hair dripping with water, his clothes damp as though he had just stepped from the loch. He would smile and speak sweetly to young women passing by. Yet if you looked closely, you might see weeds tangled in his hair, or drops of water that never dried. Those who failed to notice would vanish, pulled beneath the waves like so many before them. There was a clever blacksmith who lived in a village near the water. He had heard the warning since childhood, but he also knew something that most did not, that iron could weaken spirits. So when a Kelpie appeared by the loch one evening, the blacksmith carried with him a strong iron bridle. The blacksmith stepped forward carefully, and before the beast could flee, he slipped the bridle over its head. At once, the Kelpie's magic was broken. Bound by iron, it could no longer vanish beneath the water. The blacksmith, bold and cunning, forced the Kelpie to work for him. And what a worker it was! The spirit had the strength of 10 men. It pulled stones for building, dragged heavy wagons, and plowed the hardest fields with ease. The villagers marveled at the man's good fortune. For a time, the Kelpie was a servant, bound by the bridle and unable to escape. Yet the blacksmith never trusted it fully. The Kelpie's eyes burned with rage, and its heart longed for the loch. Even while it labored, the sound of rushing water seemed to call to it. The blacksmith grew uneasy. He knew no man could hold such a spirit forever. One night, fearing the curse that might fall upon him if he kept the Kelpie too long, he removed the bridle and set the creature free. With a terrible cry, the Kelpie leapt into the loch, its black mane flying. Water exploded into the air as it vanished into the depths. The blacksmith stood on the shore, trembling as the waves slowly calmed. He never saw the creature again. From that time forward, the villagers were even more cautious. They warned their children never to wander near the loch alone, never to approach a horse by the water's edge, and never to speak to strangers whose hair dripped with water.